Have you ever had that feeling? You're finally saving a little money each month, no longer living paycheck to paycheck. You've started reading articles on personal finance, maybe even bought a mutual fund or two. But when you check your pockets, it doesn't feel like much has changed, does it? The term rich still feels an entire ocean away. This feeling of not feeling wealthy is incredibly common. It's like a giant psychological trap that causes many people to give up on the right path to building wealth. So, here's the question, is it possible you're secretly getting rich, and you just haven't realized it yet? Today, we're going to talk about the 7 hidden signs that you're secretly on your way to wealth. These signs might not be flashy, but they are the true measures of a person's financial health. Sign number 1, you no longer chase instant gratification. Remember yourself a few years ago. A new phone is released, and you feel an overwhelming urge to upgrade. An influencer recommends a piece of clothing, and you're instantly on the app to buy it. A friend calls, and you're out the door, ready to spend. What is that? Instant gratification. I want it, and I must have it now. But the you of today seems different. You've started to ask yourself, do I really need this, or do I just want it? You'll add something to your online shopping cart, and then you'll wait a few days. After a few days, that intense desire to buy seems to have vanished on its own. This change sounds minor, right? But it's actually the first critical upgrade in your wealth mindset. You've started to distinguish between desire and need. It's like a child who used to only eat snacks finally understanding that a proper meal is more important. You've gone from being led by the nose by consumerism to becoming the master of your own desires. This is the most crucial step and the first cornerstone of wealth. Sign number 2, you've started to hate cash. When I say hate, I don't mean you don't want money anymore. I mean you're starting to realize that leaving large amounts of cash in a regular bank account is a losing game. In the past, you might have felt more secure seeing a large number in your bank account. But now you understand that inflation is like an invisible monster, silently eating away at your cash's purchasing power every single day. The money that can buy a burger today might only buy half a burger next year. So, you start to wonder, shouldn't I put this idle money to work? Let it work for me. For instance, maybe putting it into a higher yield financial product. Or perhaps dollar cost averaging into an index fund. When you start to think like a boss managing every dollar, considering how to maximize its efficiency, congratulations. You have acquired one of the core mindsets of the wealthy, making money make money. Sign number 3, your non-salary income is quietly increasing. Think about your total income sources. Besides your regular monthly salary, are there any other streams? It could be a small return from an investment, rent from a spare room, or money earned from a small freelance project you took on over the weekend. Even if this income only makes up 1% of your total income, or even less, at first. As long as it's consistent, stable, and showing a trend of growth, it is an extremely important sign. Why? Because it means your income structure is diversifying from single to multiple. You're no longer the bird with all its eggs in one basket. You are building a system of passive income that generates cash flow even when you're not actively working. The resilience of this system directly determines your future financial security. Sign number 4, you pay for knowledge, not for face. How long has it been since you bought a designer item just for the logo? Have you started to feel that spending $100 on an online course that enhances your professional skills, or buying a few good books that broaden your horizons, is a much better deal than buying a luxury item you'll barely wear? This shift signifies that your view on consumption has evolved from pleasing others to investing in yourself. Two ordinary people spend money to gain the envy of others, to maintain a certain image in social circles. But the truly wealthy spend money to buy a better version of themselves. They purchase knowledge, skills, connections, and a more promising future. The return on this investment is something no luxury good can ever match. Sign number 5, people richer than you are appearing in your social circle. The word richer here doesn't just refer to money. It refers to wealth in terms of knowledge, experience, and resources. You might find yourself consciously trying to connect with people who are more accomplished in their fields, who think more deeply about issues. You're no longer satisfied with just eating, drinking, and having fun with friends. You learn something from them. This shows that your cognitive level is breaking through. You're no longer afraid of comparing yourself to successful people. Instead, you see them as role models and goals to strive for. When you walk with people of higher energy, you are unconsciously pulled upward by them. The value of this kind of environment is priceless. Sign number 6, your understanding of risk has changed in the past. Hearing words like investment, stocks, or risk probably triggered an immediate reaction. I'll lose money, or it's a scam, and you'd immediately shut your ears. But now, you're beginning to understand that the biggest risk in life is precisely never taking a risk. Keeping your money locked away in a bank seems like the safest option, but in reality, it carries the massive risk of inflation. You've started to learn how to use a small portion of your capital to experiment with high-risk, high-reward investments. You understand that risk and return are twin siblings. The key is not to avoid risk entirely, but to learn how to manage and control it. You might even apply this thinking to your life, for example, daring to step out of your comfort zone for a more challenging job with greater potential for growth. This new perception of risk marks your transformation from seeking stability to seeking progress. Sign number 7, you are beginning to have the patience for long-termism. This last one is the most important sign of all. When you plant a sapling, you don't expect it to become a towering tree overnight, do you? The growth of wealth is the same. When you no longer anxiously check your stock portfolio's daily fluctuations, when you stop completely discrediting yourself after 1 or 2 investment losses, when you start planning your financial goals in terms of yours and are willing to stick to the seemingly boring routine of saving and investing today for a goal that is 5 or 10 years away, you have truly mastered the ultimate secret of wealth accumulation: compound interest. Einstein called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. Its power needs time to be unleashed. And you now hold the most important key to unlocking this miracle: patience. So, let's go back to the question we started with. Are you really not wealthy? Perhaps the numbers in your bank account aren't growing as fast as you'd like. Maybe you haven't moved into a mansion or started driving a sports car yet. But if you've noticed several, or even all, of these 7 signs in yourself, then, please, believe me, you are on an incredibly correct path. You are not wealthy, you are simply on the way to becoming wealthy. All you need to do is to continue these good habits and then leave the rest to time. Wealth accumulation has never been a 100-meter dash, it's a marathon that tests your patience. And you have already found the right pace. I'm Leo Bing, and I'll see you next time.